Hi guys, welcome back to this week's Friday Facts. Sorry I've been kind of missing in action as I have been a lot lately. Just crazy stuff going on. I did get some new baby girls here, so I've been kind of getting to know them and getting them integrated into my group. A lot of personal things going on too, and I've been working a lot lately. The place where I work has really picked up on their business, so I've been working like 5 days a week, which is a lot for me. Plus taking care of my own stuff, so. But yeah, I'm really going to try and get back into this because I see that I've got a lot of new subscribers. So I want to say hi to all you guys. Thanks for joining my little group here. And I do hope that you find some of these videos anyway useful. And if you have any requests, please feel free to leave them. And I'll do my best to get to them as quick as I can. I have had a lot of personal messages about rats biting. And I think I am going to try and do a video on that soon. I'm kind of a little weird about doing a video about that only because there's so many reasons why a rat could bite. So we'll see. I'll try and talk to some other people, get their opinions too before I go and make a video about that. But anyway, it's enough blabbering for today. So anyway, this week's going to be about talking about hospital cages. These are something that are pretty important to keep around. I do use them like if a rat's really sick. If you need to monitor them really closely, and you need them kind of away from the rest of your group for a short period of time. Basically, I use them, and you all should use them if you have a rat that has some kind of injury, or even after like post-surgery or something, that you need to keep them kind of away from another rat that might pick at their wound a little bit. I've had this happen before, and I've had to separate my groups a little bit temporarily. They're also very good if you need to monitor how much food or water a rat is eating and drinking, or even how much they're pooping and peeing. These are all good reasons to separate them, even if it is just for a short period of time, so you kind of can, see what they're doing as opposed to being able to try and pick out what they're doing in a huge group. I've also used these, like I said, with a really sick rat. I had a boy a few years back that I actually had him in his hospital cage, and I do have a pretty big bed, so I kept his cage on my bed at night, so that, if I woke up in the middle of the night and I wanted to check on him, he was like right there with me. So these are all really important things, and you should have you don't have to necessarily keep this thing set up all the time, but have everything available to set it up, at a moment's notice, because as I've said many times, things can happen when you least expect it. One thing I will say is you do not want to keep them separated from their friends for too long. Rats are very social creatures, and they do need their friends, and sometimes they'll actually heal better if they're not separated. So this should be a very special thing. Just because your rat has a respiratory problem or a little cut or a scrape, that doesn't necessarily mean you should automatically separate them. This is for really serious situations. That something bad could happen if they stayed with the rest of their group. So you really shouldn't separate them unless it's absolutely necessary, because rats do need their friends, and a lot of times if they're separated, they'll actually get worse instead of better. So there's very few situations that I actually have used this, but it's still good to know what to do and how to set one up. Basically, when you're setting one of these up, you can use a small cage. You can use, I use a cat carrier or a small dog carrier. I'll show you at the end of the video. But basically, you want something that's not huge. You don't want them to be able to climb all over the place, especially if they have some kind of injury. And you don't really want it to be more than one level, again, because you don't really want them to fall and injure themselves more if that's what the problem is. So I find a cat carrier, yes, it's very tiny, but keep in mind this is a very short period of time that they're going to be in this, more than likely. You're going to want to obviously keep the basics. You're going to want a food bowl, a water bottle. Some people put a litter box. I don't even bother with one because my rats aren't 100% litter trained anyway. And they're the only ones in there. So if you see poop and pee, if that's what you're monitoring, you know it's from them. So I don't bother with the litter box, especially because it's generally a temporary situation. You do want to keep this very clean though, because 9 times out of 10, especially if it's after a surgery, you want to keep their environment very clean. And because they will be in such a smaller area, it's going to get dirty faster. So you definitely want to keep it very clean. You also want to put like fleece or some kind of warm fabric in there for them to cuddle in, but make sure it's not something that's going to like shed or little pieces are going to come off, because it could get in their wound if that's why they're being separated. So keep that in mind. Fleece, I think, is just the best all around, unless it's like super hot. Then obviously maybe you don't want to use fleece. Maybe like something more like a softer cotton, something that's, you know, appropriate for the time of year it is, but will keep them warm. Because 9 times out of 10, if they're sick or something, it's best to keep them as warm as you can, obviously without overheating them. But anyway, this isn't like a huge thing as far as like, you know, you don't have to completely outfit this cage with, you know, lots of toys and, you know, things like that. Because 9 times out of 10, if they're in there, they're just recuperating. So they're not going to be that interested in, you know, toys and, you know, extras like that. It's basically just a place for them to go to recover for a day or two, or, you know, maybe a little bit longer, but just basically give them all the comforts of home and make sure it's somewhere safe that other animals can't get to them and stress them out. So yeah, I mean, it's a good thing to have, and it's a good thing to know how to set up in, you know, in an emergency or in a time when you really need it. Like I said, I don't keep mine set up all the time. It's just in my closet. I would show you, but my closet's a mess. I'll put it together and show you what mine looks like set up. Okay, so this is basically what I would do to set up for a rat for a hospital cage. It's just your run-of-the-mill like cat carrier, basically, and small dog carrier. Basically what I would do is I would put some fleece in there like so, just something for them to cuddle in, a small bowl of food, and then I would hang a water bottle on this cage door here. And like I said, you could throw in some toys, you could throw in you know, a litter box if you so choose. So basically, it's nothing special. Like I said, it shouldn't be anything long term anyway. So you basically just want all the comforts of home, but not a lot of extras. So yeah, there you go. That's what my hospital cage looks like when it's set up. But other than that, yeah, I think this is pretty important. A lot of people don't think about doing something like this. But I know even myself in the past, there's been a few times where I have had to use it. Like I said, a boy that was really, really, really sick. And the other rats were just picking on him and taking advantage of him. And he just wasn't happy. And I put him by himself only because I felt it was for his own benefit. So he could get to the food and get to the water. I've had girls that I've put in there temporarily if they've had like an abscess. You know, I'll put them in overnight if it's a huge abscess and it breaks. You know, things like that. But don't separate them for too long if you do. Unless it's something super serious. Or like after a surgery or something where they, you know, might have stitches that other rats might pick out. Only in that kind of circumstance. But, so yeah, that's pretty much what this video has been about. So I hope that you found it helpful. If you have any questions, you can leave them below. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'll put all those below too. Again, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section. I love talking to new people. I'm glad that I'm getting some messages from you guys. It's cool to actually interact with you. So yeah, just leave me messages or comments or whatever you like. So, and again, thanks to all my new subscribers, and I hope that you enjoy all the videos in the future. So, alright, I'm going to go now. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend. Bye.